A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open. Hello, one and all. This is Luckless Lovelocks. Welcome back to the fourth path of 999. I don't know how this is gonna work out. Okay. Just looking at the paths now, I noticed that all the red keys don't have a line through them. Do not have a line through them. So I think those are unlocked. Also, we have this yellow key unlocked, which corresponds to this yellow lock. And also, this path is longer than this one. So I'm assuming this particular ending might be more comprehensive than this one, which makes sense because this one was very kind of confusing. So, and ended abruptly, right, with the coffin remaining closed. We have the password for the coffin. I'm just not sure quite how it works. Like, does that knowledge carry over to this playthrough? This ending is shorter than this one also, so that kind of makes me want to do this ending before this one. So I think what I'm going to try to do is... There's even a red key here. I guess what I do is go down this way. And then this way. And then this path. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be skipping around a lot. I'll just go ahead and skip to here to set us down this path. The 4-door. Okay, let me just... I guess I don't have to make a choice here, right? I could just skip to here. Just the 1 door. Okay. All right, let's try this out, guys. And I'm sorry I'm going to be skipping around a lot. What I'll do is I'll post links to the videos that correspond to these paths in the description if you guys want to rewatch them. I don't know if I do. Maybe I had to play through these again. Get these keys. That's what I'm not sure of. Or maybe once I get another one of these endings, it'll unlock the white keys. So we're gonna try, okay, let's just get started. Enough fooling around. Jump into here. The 4-door. Can I just immediately, oh, see, now the white keys are unlocked. Oh. The white keys are unlocked because we went down this path. The red key is locked. Okay. So let's continue on. Down here. 7-door. Wow, okay. Now we should go down the right path. So I'm going to play through this section just so we remember what happened here, and we'll see where it takes us. Leave no one behind. This is really exciting. They took the elevator up to C deck. So I think this would have been after we discovered door 9. We decided to go back to get everyone else. Once there, they headed back toward the main hall and the central staircase. It didn't take them long.
Look, it's 7 and Lotus.
Right. They didn't look happy.
We've got a problem.
This would have been after they discovered Clover dead, right?
Clover is gone.
What?
Junpei and his three companions looked at one another. He turned back to Seven and Lotus.
What do you mean, gone?
Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to ask.
When?
Why?
You two went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
Seven and Lotus responded as best they could.
Yeah, we went through the door together.
But Clover barely spoke to us.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
Huh.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
Wait a second. Yes, that's right, because in the first path that we took, we would have gone with her.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room.
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
And shut the door.
She must have blocked it with something on the other side.
We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
It was empty.
So there wasn't the... I'm pretty sure they would have found the corpse of the Zero. I don't know, the fake Zero.
Clover wasn't there.
There was a door on the other wall.
And it was open.
We figure she opened the door and left by herself.
We ran after her, of course, but
Well, obviously we didn't find her. You figured that much out.
Clover's gone.
Junpei thought for a moment.
When did this happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
No, we haven't.
Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern. Ace! Ugh!
Very well then. We'd best separate and look for Clover.
Now, every time he speaks, I have a totally different view of him. Because he seemed like a leader originally.
We haven't much time left. Let's begin.
Yeah.
There were quick nods all around, and the 6 remaining players spread out. Like we don't already know what he's done! Junpei and June ran into the central hospital room and looked around.
She's not here.
No, she isn't.
They searched a little longer, but with no luck. They couldn't find Clover.
There's no sign of her. Let's go.
Finally, they gave up and left the central hospital room. Slowly, they made their way back to the hallway. At last, they reached the stairs, and Junpei spoke.
All right. I'm thinking we should probably split up. I'll head back to the stairs and take the elevator down to E deck. June, you can take the stairs up to B deck.
All right, that sounds good. But,
What?
could you stop calling me by that code name when we're alone?
Huh? Sure, right. I'll do that.
There was a reason Junpei persisted in calling her June, even when they were alone. I don't remember this part. Are we already into the new section? Oh, we are! Nice! So we did go down the other path. Although, perhaps not the best reason. He was embarrassed to call her by the nickname he'd used when they were children. Connie. 9 years ago, it came naturally, after all. They were children. But now that they were adults, it felt strange. Oh yeah. Feeling the groove. Regardless of what he might hope for, to call a woman he wasn't dating by such a childish nickname felt odd to him. Oh, come on, Junpei. We know you want Kane. Of course, to call her Ms. Kurashiki would be even more awkward, and simply Kurashiki would seem a little brusque. Just rocking out to the music. It's just this is like the first time we've heard music like this before. The music to get your groove on. In a sinking ship, filling up with water. People are dying and disappearing. It's always time to get your groove on. And although he couldn't put his finger on why, it felt somewhat forward to call her Akane, when they hadn't seen one another for so long. In short, it was simply easier for him to call her June, and leave it at that.
Jumpy,
Oh, no, it's nothing.
He just like... Junpei is just like staring up at the ceiling thinking for 5 minutes. June's staring at him.
All right,
at him.
I'm going then.
Yeah, be careful, Kane.
There we go. June, or perhaps more appropriately, Kane, blushed and smiled.
You be careful too, Junpei.
Yeah, got it. Take care.
Junpei looked after her for a moment as she ran up the stairs, then turned around and took off for the hallway. And the sexy music's over. Tragedy always strikes when one least expects it. But to wait for a man to stand before striking him down seems almost crueler than dealing the fatal blow while he lies on the ground. Let me parse that. Yeah. I don't know. I guess so. A light in a dark place. June's smile had given him hope, both for escape and possibly for something else. It was that hope that raised his spirits just enough that they might soon be fully dashed. He opened the elevator door, and there she was. A woman sat, slouched against the wall. Lotus. What? Oh man! Junpei felt his blood turn to ice. Her body was limp, and her skin smooth and pale as always. Was covered in bright red blood. Oh man, it's crazy how different these endings are. Junpei felt his chest constrict. He couldn't breathe, and his legs began to shake. A slow, cold drop of sweat trickled down his back. He felt his stomach somersault. Junpei's mind went blank. All his thoughts replaced with endless, hissing white. Driven by little more than instinct, he began to walk toward Lotus, slowly. Each slow movement of his stiff limbs brought him closer to her corpse. Finally, he stood next to her. Robotically, he bent down and put his hand against her neck. There was no pulse. No rise and fall of breathing. She was slightly warm. Something, somewhere in Junpei's shaken mind, told him that meant she had been killed recently. Does that mean that Ace... Because Ace kidnaps Lotus. They're gonna kidnap Clover this time? I don't know, let's see. Yes, Junpei thought, his mind slowly returning. She had been killed. Someone had killed her. There was a deep cut on the left side of her chest. Blood still oozed from it, although clearly her heart had stopped beating some time ago. The weapon had been a knife, then? Perhaps she had been stabbed in the heart once. She would have died immediately. He took little comfort from knowing she must have suffered very little. Only then did Junpei notice. Lotus's bracelet was gone.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or the exit where its heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Was that why the killer had ended Lotus's life? But okay, Ace was 1. Okay, yeah, if he gets the Lotuses, that's 8, right? So that's 9. And since he has the 9 bracelet, he can get out by himself. So that they might have the number 8 bracelet. If that was true, then the killer was whoever wanted the number 8 bracelet. Or perhaps more accurately, the person who would gain the most by obtaining bracelet 8. Who is that? Who would benefit the most from the number 8 bracelet? The thought had only just entered Junpei's mind when he heard a noise. A sound like a sharp knife cutting through wet meat. It struck him as strange that the noise came from inside his own body. A moment later, the pain hit him. It wasn't merely pain, there was heat. Extreme heat as well. He felt as though molten iron had been splashed against the side of his body. Finally, his brain made the connection. He had been stabbed. But where? His body was quickly going numb. He couldn't tell where the knife had met his flesh. Given the circumstances, however, he had most likely been stabbed in the back. Whoever had killed Lotus had now done the same to Junpei as well. His voice was little more than a weak groan. With what little strength he had left, Junpei turned his body, trying to catch a glimpse of his attacker. But as he did, the knife dug itself in deeper, twisting viciously. He collapsed to the floor, a puppet with its strings cut. His arms and legs lay where they fell, oddly twisted and awkwardly positioned. Junpei's body was entirely numb. He could feel the blood leaking out of him, but nothing would move. Nothing save his eyes. As he lay on the floor, his life ebbing away, Junpei finally saw his attacker. 2 tiny images of the killer reflected in his eyes. With that recognition came nothing. He felt no emotions, no anger, not sadness, not regret. The paralysis that had claimed his body had reached his mind. His killer glanced down at his body. Then, without a word, climbed into the elevator and was gone. They're not going to show us? His eyesight began to fade. The world grew blurry and began to dissolve into an empty, white fog. The fog crept into the edges of his mind and worked inexorably inward. Soon it swallowed up the last that remained of Junpei's mind, and his consciousness left him. There was nothing more. Into utter emptiness he fell. Into zero. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. Bad end! Ha ha! No shit! There hasn't really been a good end yet. How is that called bad end compared to the rest? Okay, alright. So, if I was to do... It's interesting. I'm just trying to think like the order that I would do these in. I think I would have liked to have seen this ending first before the previous one. Probably no credits too, right? Save, yes, I do. The knife. Yes, one ending left. So I guess I'm assuming to get this ending, we're gonna have to go Because when I went there the first time, although I didn't have this yellow key, which probably, you know what? That might be the true ending, right? There's probably something here. That's what that 6th spot is. Maybe I go this way. So follow the red path. Hit here. It's probably gonna do this ending, and then I go back to this ending now that I have this key. Well, this is gonna be a short one, guys, and we're gonna get the second last ending on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Short episode. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Lovelocks signing off for now. And I love you all. Let's get set up for the next one. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open.